Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Ansel, and this time we're talking about Cyborg 23, the suddenly resurrected comic book. So yeah, this book was like basically finished. Everybody and their mom thought that it was finished. But then it suddenly came back because they were like 2 months or something without issues, so it was pretty much dead. But now it's back. We are right now in the middle of an arc that involves mecha, and I am a big fan of anime. And among all the possible anime genres, there is one that is called mecha. That, if you don't know, it involves giant robots. Actually, you might be more familiar with the Pacific Rim movie franchise. And although that second part was not that good, at least not as good as the first one. But okay, I'm talking about other stuff right now. Anyway, this arc involves mecha, which means this arc involves giant robots. Although the robots in this story are not really gigantic, but they are robots nonetheless. So we have Cyborg getting involved very all of a sudden with two parties that are working with these robots, with these robotic suits, with these mecha suits, something like akin to what Iron Man does, but not precisely the same. I mean, it's like the concept of an armor suit that can be used for military purposes, something like what they wanted to use Iron Man's suits for during the second movie. But in here, we have two parties that have something else in mind. One of the parties, and this is the thing, that finally in this issue we get to know what these parties want, because previously we had no idea. We were just thrown in the middle of a huge battle in Hawaii, and Cyborg is suddenly there, and we didn't know much. But now we have slowly started to realize that one of the parties is led by this guy. Well, this old man is not much of a guy anymore. And even if he was young, he wouldn't also be much of a guy because he's mostly machine by now. And that's the thing. This is a person that has become obsessed with replacing body parts with machines, and everything about him reminds me of Ghost in the Shell. I mean the good franchise, not the movie with Scarlett Johansson, because it's like taking humanity to the next step, but with a personal obsession. And that is a very nice concept. However, I don't think it has been executed properly, or at the very least, I don't think that the issues have allowed for this particular plot point to develop properly. And I have to say this again. Okay, so we had Cyborg in the middle of Hawaii getting involved with two parties, and everything felt sudden, everything felt abrupt, and felt rushed. We have this particular plot point that reminds me of Ghost in the Shell, that if developed properly could be very interesting, but it is also kind of rushed. And that's the thing. This whole arc feels very sped up. It's like, okay, we are in this part of the story, and we need to be in this part of the story like in the next 3 pages. I don't know if they are fearing cancellation. Maybe they told them with that weird pause, maybe they told, okay, you have 3 more issues of Cyborg, or 4 or 5, do whatever you can. So I don't know what's happening, but it feels very, very. I mean, I'm not gonna say what happens, but by the end of this issue, before what was happening previous to the cliffhanger, in the cliffhanger, what was supposed to be in there, it felt like it was cut up. It's like this second part of the story was just removed of the second part of that last beat, and it's like, okay, we have Cyborg doing something against the villain here. Suddenly, they're over here and cliffhanger. So what is going on here? I mean, they brought this book back just to treat it so poorly. I don't really understand what the point here is. I do know that since the New 52, they've been trying to push Cyborg so much into everything. At the beginning, I was reluctant to it, but with the passing of the years, I have come to love him as a member of the big teams, of the big leagues, of the of the Justice League. Um, but I don't think this arc is giving him justice, and that is another thing. Overall, with this comic book, with this Cyborg comic book, they've been trying very unusual stuff. They've been trying things, taking advantage of his cybernetic nature, of to write stories that are normally that normally wouldn't work with other superheroes, like virtual realities, viruses, cyborg entities. Now this thing that reminds me of Ghost in the Shell, and this thing that reminds me of the mecha anime. And with other superheroes, I mean, unless it's a very good writer figuring it out. I don't see Superman fighting against beats and zeros and ones. But with Cyborg, it has been working. The previous arc really worked. It was very interesting. But in this one, just like they trying to replicate that, I'm gonna say innovation, but this time it's not really working that good. So yeah, kind of up and down thingy over here. I mean, a lot of details that I really liked, but overall it feels messy. It feels like they don't really know what they're doing anymore. Maybe this book is doomed to end sometime soon. I hope not. I've been really liking it. But with all this mumbo jumbo, I'm gonna have to give it 2 Gundams out of 5. I cannot give it any more because it's just too messy. So what do you think about this comic book? Have you been liking it so far? What do you think about this sudden revival? If you know anything about why the hell it suddenly revived, I would like to know. Please let me know. Click the like button if you like anime, I guess. And that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I guess I'll see you the next time.